town, Nashville, Tennessee. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tennessee Titans. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There isn't for guys on defense. They've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's 2nd and 7. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's complete to the former Titan Pro Bowler, A.J. Brown.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. They're the favorite, no question. And when they score like that on the opening drive to set the tone, you're the underdog on the other bench. That's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can't bring the home crowd into it, because you're counting on that to be a part of your equalizer, ride their momentum. But you have to give them something to cheer for. So now what you're worried about is they're better than we are. We can't get going. Are we about to get blown out?
Good news, still a long way to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Looking to put a drive together. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Off play action, Ward. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. At that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Ward. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
On 4th down, the former All-Pro Johnny Hekker on to punt for Tennessee. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Here's Hurts to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early. That's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Smith catches left side. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. He'll try and do this himself, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. They'll set up to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Barkley, inside handoff. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Up the middle with Barkley. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him, otherwise you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Credit him him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. Quick throw to Barkley. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And able to work his way down to the 16. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now a 2nd and 2. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
But as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Looking to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Seven yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
At the 2-yard line.
Barkley. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and goal, Hurts. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Jihad Ward in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
A 35-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Got his man, Okonkwo. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all they needed. 1st down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Ward. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
26-yard line.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Throwing now, Ward. Now he'll tuck this and run, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing is Ward. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice throw from the rookie out of Miami, and it's going to be good for a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Pollard again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
9-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 51 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They begin with a run by Barkley. He's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 65 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
From the 39, Hurts. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to give the offensive coordinator credit there. He got right into the head of the defensive coordinator because right on the heels of the sack on 2nd down, he figured they were going to come at him hard again. And so he went ahead and hit what a brilliant call. Screen pass works well enough. They're able to pick up a first down. That's one way to keep that defense at bay.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They keep it with Barkley on first down. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
3 years have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Gotta tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Bigsby will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 24.
27, Titans 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30. The Titans now just about ready to take over.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
To throw is Ward.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ward. That's complete to DK.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Titans. First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw, here's Ward.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now Ward. That's caught left side by Ironman.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Pollard will take it up the gut.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3-and-out.
From the shotgun, it's Ward.
And his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown.
Van Jefferson,
A 20-yard touchdown.
and the Titans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead, but at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And they'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. From the gun, Bigsby.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 16. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
A gain of 13 yards. And an Eagle first down.
Everybody gotta do it. Them up put up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off. 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 Turn his TV off.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now Dillon on the inside give. And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal with some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
It'll be Hurts on the option.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts
Scoring on the 2-yard keeper,
as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the second time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback, the ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40. And the Titans getting set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Back to throw. Ward. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts.
15 yards.
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here's Ward. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
They'll try and throw for it with Ward. He'll try to do it, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Cam Ward taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Titans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football. But when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
16.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And Dak got it done in this one.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Nashville.